Have you ever had Have you ever had a problem with your laptop? Like when you turn on your laptop, all of a sudden it starts to freeze after a certain period of time, or maybe you start to get that blue screen of death on your laptop after a certain period of time, or you get a virus and all of a sudden your computer starts to overheat faster than usual and it just shuts down. Every time you get to a certain point of usage, it shuts down. Yeah, a majority of us suffer from that. A majority of us have the same problems. And yet when we approach our local computer repairsman, he explains the problem in a way we really don't understand. I mean, he makes the problem he explains the problem as if it was that complicated. In actuality, when we take it to another repairsman, he makes the problems make it so simple that it doesn't take a rocket science just to fix a computer, just to fix our laptop, in other words. Now, this is the thing that really interested me. This is the thing that really ticked me off, though. If the person who we first went to not only explained it in a way that we could not understand, it was like a foreign Spanish language that we couldn't even get. He managed to solve the problem. Yeah, that's cool. But what the heck kind of price did he just give us? Honestly, you're actually charging $270? Are you kidding me? $270 for something that's not that complicated? Like, for example, the $270 charge was basically for a virus removal that was so simple and so obvious to detect that the person who I went to fix the problem, because I didn't know much about virus removal, the person who fixed the problem did it for about $50, I would say. It was actually around 48 or 49. I say around 50. The dude did it for about $50 just to remove one virus or a few viruses that would cause the computer to shut down. And I was actually blown away. Seriously. I mean, why in the world would someone charge $270 to remove a few viruses? You know what that tells me? Do you know what that tells you? Yeah, that tells you they're rip-off artists. They don't care what kind of problems you have. They just want to get the money so they can go back to Kensington and have more blow. Now, the theme of this story is basically that you got to be careful with what with what computer repair services you're looking into. If there are three things, and I mentioned in the last video, 3 things. Actually, I make that 2 because I kind of like the 2 things better. If you haven't watched the previous video, then I will explain the 3 things I ask myself before I give my laptop away for them to repair. Number 1, do they like their job? Honestly, do they like their job? Because if they did, they wouldn't have any problem doing what they're doing, like fixing our computers. They wouldn't have any problems fixing our computers, and plus they wouldn't charge that much because they enjoy what they do. Do they like their job? And do they like working with people? That's very important. If they do not like working with people, get out, because really they're not worth your time, and they're not worth your hard-earned money. I'm serious. 2, can they explain the problem in a way that you can understand? Like, for example, instead of using all these terminologies that we really don't get, if they can explain the problem in a way that you will understand, they're worth working with. They're worth your time and they're worth your money. Number 3, can they provide easy to cope and easy to understand solutions? If the solution they give you, if the solution that they do for your laptop, if the solution they give you for your laptop, if it's something that you can understand and cope with, then it's cool. They're cool. But for example, like the virus removal, they explained the problem that you're having. They solved it and showed you how they solved it. And they charge a reasonable price for it. If they charge too much, if they charge an unreasonable price to the point where you can't believe it, please leave. Take your laptop and leave. Don't even pay the guy because he's full of it. Seriously, don't pay the guy because he's full of it. I mean it. So if that computer repair person provides an easy to understand solution, an easy to cope with solution, that person is someone you should definitely invest your time and your money in. Okay? So those are the 3 things. If you haven't watched the last video, that's why I'm posting this video right now. Just watched a video on YouTube where there was a survey of computer repair services, computer repair businesses, and most of them in Philadelphia sucked. I mean, honestly, there are only a few businesses in Philadelphia, computer repair services in Philadelphia, that actually do care about your time, your money, and your problems. So I invite you to ask yourself, do these businesses have my best interests at heart? Because if they don't, then what's the point in doing business with them? I mean, honestly. Well, think about it. Why did you go to the business in the first place? Why did you go to a computer repair person in the first place? Think about that. You had a problem, you wanted to solve it, so you went to that computer repair service. But the problem is, they're not trustworthy. They don't have your best interest in mind. All they care about is your money. That's it. To me, that's kind of atrocious. And that should be atrocious to you. I don't know how you think about those businesses that take your money, but there are some people out there that have earned the right to spit on those people's faces. Seriously. The people who have earned the money deserve more respect. And I know the respect that you want is the respect you deserve from these computer repair services. This is all I have to say, and this is my message.